welcome everyone. We're so grateful that you're here today and for another episode of Heart Snuggles. Today I brought a cool guest that I met on Yoni Circle, which is the best app for storytelling and meeting a cool woman. So to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ray, and I live in Germany. I'm 25 years old, and I'm a mom of two boys. And I'm also a piercer, and I do healing, like reiki healing, theta healing, and I read tarot cards, and I braid hair when I feel like doing it, and I just like doing artsy things.
I love that. I love how many passions you have and you get to do all of them. And didn't just like sometimes I feel like we feel pressure to just choose one thing. And so I love that you have such an array of things you do.
Yeah, it's important for me to be able to do many things because I'm the type of person I can't really focus on one thing too long. And I used to always like think that was a bad thing. Then I realized it's actually a good thing because that's how I just work best.
Yeah, I feel that. So let's talk about, how did you get into all these things you like?
Braiding hair, I started doing it because my his husband's daughter moved to us and I never knew how to do hair. And then all of a sudden I had to do somebody's hair and I got like super interested and I started watching YouTube the whole day and all the time. And I just learned it through that, like watching videos mostly. And doing piercings wasn't really my idea, or kind of like I wanted to open a store, like a vintage shop, and braid hair. But then in Germany, like there's rules on braiding hair. You have to have like some type of school degree to be able to open like a hair salon, which I didn't do. So I decided to just do something different. And the day I tried to get this store and I didn't get it. And then the same day I talked to this girl, which was a tattoo artist, and I read her tarot cards and she told me that she had a room open there and I was able to start working. Like I got my certificate and all the things that I needed. And it wasn't really my passion or anything, but it's really, really fun. And it's like a good way of making money. So, and I kind of realized I do like it a lot. And then the other things like tarot reading was more like I learned it from a friend. After like I had my spiritual awakening, I started like becoming interested in these things, and then I started like practicing, and it was just always so much fun. And I realized that I could do like some type of healing also, but I never knew how to really do it. And then like I found this course on Udemy, yeah. Yeah, and then I learned reiki also, and at first I was just doing everything for fun. And then shortly before like the second corona lockdown came in Germany, somebody offered me to do the theta healing class for free online, so I can just like give them a review on how it is online. It was kind of like it's my way, like it was put there for me, like I had to do it somehow. And then yeah, I couldn't do piercings for like 7 months, so I started like this online business, working from home because it was the only way of making income. And I realized it's really what I'm meant to do, I think.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I love how everything was kind of just like brought to you in different ways and you were just shown like, oh wait, maybe this is what I'm meant to be doing. And I love how
Yeah.
opportunities come like that. So tell us about your spiritual awakening.
Oh, that's like a long story, but to keep it short, I actually did an IGTV on my Instagram, but like it's in German. I do my IGTVs in German. So it's like I had this relationship that was very like messed up, like like with like violence and like a bunch of stuff. And yeah, then I started like at the end of the relationship, I started praying because I was raised Islamically. I started praying every single day, 5 times a day. Because like I did have a lot of aggression and like bad feelings within me. And then I realized, okay, I have to do something if I want this relationship to work. And then I did all these things, but my ex-husband didn't do all those things. So we decided to just like end it, or I decided. And then it was like really weird. Like this one day I was like walking around in Nuremberg, like shortly after we split up. And then all of a sudden, Nuremberg is the city I live in. um, I just I just had like energy waves coming through my body the whole time. Like it was so weird. It was like something was going like from like the bottom of my feet out of my head and like exploding. And like I kind of guess that's like a Kundalini awakening what I had. And after that, all of a sudden I was like able to see like auras around people. Like all of a sudden, like people seem to be dark. Some people seem to be like darker than others. And people seem to be so light and others were so like, most people are more like grayish type thing, unless like you notice, for example, like the woke people, they have like usually like a really light aura, or indigo children, they have like a really indigo blue color. Like you can not unsee it because it's so, or if you see things like that, you see it like really clearly. And yeah, then I started like reading like crazy about everything about spirituality, and like it was like days and nights where I was just reading about everything. And yeah, that's how I got into it. And I realized this is like more of who I am. And I always had these like beliefs since I was a child, and nobody could ever tell me why. Like I always believed in reincarnation and nobody ever told me about it, but it was like, it was just part of my belief.
That's so cool. I love that you can see auras. So do you use that in your readings?
Yes, I do see like a lot of things actually. Like during Reiki, for me, it's more like I don't only just do Reiki, it's more like an analysis or something. Like after I do the Reiki session, I tell them about like what happened in their life, for example, or why they have a certain blockage. Cause like I see a lot of pictures, or like I hear certain words or something like that. Or like in Theta healing is really useful. And I kind of found a way to like combine both of them. So it's like even stronger. So I get like clear messages about a person. Then I do like after the Reiki session, I do like the after talk and tell them about everything. Or like during Theta healing, I can like, for example, if somebody has a blockage in their past life, I can tell them about it. Cause like I get pictures.
So cool. What a special gift. I love people's superpowers. Tell us what theta healing is. I actually don't know.
It's like an energy healing method, which is like super widespread. Like you can do like so many things, like talk to dead people or like spirit guides, and then like energetically heal or clear somebody, or clear like areas, or manifest things, or even slow aging. Like it's so much to theta healing. I don't even work with everything because it's so much that you can do with it, but basically it gives you a clean slate when you start doing like healings. Because like for example, some healers work on other bases, like for example, they work with like herbs and stuff like that, or and theta healing is always with like the universal power. So it's similar to Reiki, but it has like a more like clear way of getting into the meditation. So I started like combining both of them, which I realized is like the best way of doing it for me.
That's so powerful. And I like that. Yeah, I guess I probably have experienced it, but I just didn't know it was called that because it sounds like it's such a big, broad spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to combine them all too, because like you said, you get like double the goodness.
Yeah.
So do you incorporate this stuff with your children?
Yes, with my older son, I do. Like he really likes it. Also, like when his stomach hurts, he tells me like, Mama, I need Reiki.
So
Or if
cute.
he has like certain beliefs that come out like really like strong, I change them or something like that. Yeah, that's another thing. Like the most important thing with theta healing is like being able to change beliefs. Yeah.
How does that happen?
Like when you want to like change something in your subconscious, you have to repeat it like 40 times or so. And this is like a short way of doing it, basically by exchanging it in your subconscious immediately. But you still have to live up to your new beliefs. If you don't do that, they will manifest in some other way. And like everyone has beliefs, and like in theta healing, it's more like you have to find like the bottom belief, and then like a lot of beliefs break down when you find like the bottom beliefs, which are like blocking a person or like traumatic experiences in somebody's life, and heal them. Yeah.
What were some of
So
your
it's like
bottom
a theta
beliefs?
healing. Huh?
Oh, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And you said what was my bottom belief?
Yeah. What are some of yours?
Um, not being accepted. Like I had to deal a lot with rejection as a child, or feeling rejected, and like not feeling worthy. And like most of my blockages were like around like the solar plexus chakra. It's like not feeling good about myself, or feeling like nobody really likes me. And then like the main thing I had to heal in theta healing, which was like really blocking me, was not really the beliefs, but I had like a past life experience where like I was a witch and my house was burned down and my children were killed. And like almost the same thing happened to me in this life, but my house wasn't burned down, just my things got stolen. But it manifested like the same way. And it's so crazy because like I Googled all the people's name that were involved in like the current situation. And then I found out like they all had the same names as people who was living during like the Nazi time in Germany. And like like I was remembering that I was like basically like a Sinti and Roma, I don't know if you heard about them, or gypsy, like gypsy person. And that's how I remember it. And it fits perfectly the time and like all the people, like even the names and everything. So it was like when I broke this thing, or actually the teacher did it in the theta healing class, after that, like my life just transformed, like everything just changed for me.
Oh, beautiful. It's so crazy how the past lives, like, can you explain it if someone doesn't understand what past lives is or have never heard of it before?
Yeah, we have like our soul, it lives forever basically. So we just always reincarnate in this biological body to live this one life and have certain experiences, but we also live like other lives before in other bodies. And like the traumas or the things that we experience, or even like gifts that come to us that we don't know about, they come from past lives usually. And because we lived that life and we made these experience, and they just stay there.
Yeah, makes sense. Like there's certain people in my life, I'm like, I just met you, but I feel like I've known you forever. It's one of those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And do you find that most people in your life accept your spirituality?
Yeah, now they do. Like I lost a lot of things. I lost a lot of people. Honestly, it was like a time in my life where I didn't really have friends, and I still do lose friends, or like release. I don't like the word lose. Like it's more like I don't have a problem with anyone, but I feel like some people, they distance themselves from me, because like the more I become who I am, the more people I trigger. And I feel that and I see that, and they just disappear out of my life. But I usually get like new people replacing them, who are much better and that fit like who I am.
Yeah, how have you dealt with that process? I've gone through that a lot as well. And so how do you deal with that initial like shock of releasing someone and letting them go?
Like I deal with it mostly by understanding that like the people don't do it because of who I am, but because of like the triggers that they get when they see me. So it's not my thing, it's on them. Like they're losing out on being friends with me, not me. I'm not losing them. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like I've learned, it's like some people that did hurt me, like when I lost them or released them, but I don't really cling to people too much like that. It's not super painful or something like that. And it's some people that even came back from my past that find it cool that I am who I am now.
That's always such a good feeling. And so how has it been? So are you a single mom or do you
Yeah.
co-parent?
My baby daddy's both American. They live in the States.
So how has
Yeah,
that
so
been?
I'm alone. My mom supports me and my roommate.
That's so nice that you have that support. What's the journey been like being a single mom?
Actually, it's good. Like I never had like a real good relationship. So like the relationships I had were more balanced. Like it was like a burden to me. Like every time like I released a relationship, it was more like I had time for myself. Sometimes it's hard because like I cannot depend on anybody but myself or my mom or so. But like it's certain situations where my mom is working and my roommate is working and I don't know what to do if I have something to do or work. But that's like why I also chose the route of being like self-employed so I can have like more control over it. Cause I used to work at Foot Locker and like when they called me when my children was sick, it was always like a big deal at work and I had to explain myself and da 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 da. And now I just have to like just cancel on my clients, which is not the best as well, but it's better for me because nobody can get mad at me.
That's huge. It's so empowering that you can like provide your kids with the best life by being able to be there when they need you.
Yeah, I try
Yeah.
my best.
I love that little picture you posted recently of you guys meditating. So
Yeah,
cute. So how do
yeah.
you incorporate mindful practices with them?
Um, I started meditating with my son like a half a year ago or so. Like before we go to or before I put them to sleep, we do like a night routine. We read something and then um we do like a short meditation, like not really long, maybe like a minute or like less sometimes, even depends on how long they can focus or like the older one can focus, the little one only does it sometimes, but he already know like and like I realized he also got like a lot calmer since then and like he doesn't get as mad as often as before and it's like really healing for not only for me but for him as well. And yeah, we just do it like before he sleep most of the time, but in that forest it was like so nice and I just told him, okay, come on, let's meditate for a minute because it's so nice here.
That's so cute. I wish my parents would taught me so young. Like that's so like so beautiful that you're gonna teach them these practices at a young age and like bring them into the world with so much awareness.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I know that you'd like to talk about law of attraction. So do you want to share about that a little bit?
Okay, yes. Yeah, it did really like change my life. Like I didn't believe it at first, like just write it down. Like, but honestly, like the things that I've started, like it did take a long time until I started actually seeing results. Um, but like the things that I write down are always almost always manifest. And if I don't write it down, I see like my goals ain't there. Like the things that I want don't appear unless I actually like do something for it. And like I realized like with the moon it's like very strong. So I was usually do it like on full moon. Like I do this full moon ritual with like other people also. Like I started that 4 months ago, where like I give everybody like a, you know, the raw cocoa. Yeah, you can make like raw cocoa with like certain herbs, and if you cook with
Oh, yeah,
that,
yeah.
if you drink it, it really opens your heart chakra. And like I started like making these little packages because I work at this vintage shop and I sell them there, and then they can join on the meditation on full moon. It's in German though.
Hey, you never know. That's awesome. Cacao is such a beautiful medicine. I've recently gotten into it too, and it's just it's pretty subtle sometimes, but it's still just magical how it really is. Opens up your heart.
Hmm. After I did it the first time, I was like, oh my God, I have to share this with everybody.
Yes. And I love that you do that too. Like when you find something that is so true to you and like works so well, you're like, I want to tell everyone.
Yeah.
That's how I feel
And
too.
yeah, and yeah, another thing about law of attraction. Yeah, I realized also another thing about law of attraction is like the things started manifesting when I started like actually healing. Like before I was healed, I was wanting to manifest, but it never worked out. And until I actually like released the blockages that I had within myself, this is when the things started like manifesting. And I realized like a lot of people do like manifest, but they don't want to do the healing part. And then they say, oh, it don't work, or it's not really working how they want, because like things can only manifest if you actually like have like a high vibration where you're like pretty healed and you don't always like make subconscious blockages to your manifestations, which you're not really aware of because you're not healed or not healing because you're never really healed. But yeah.
What are some ways that you heal your blockages?
Inner child healing mostly, and like through theta healing, like changing my own beliefs. Like I do that with myself a lot.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And so do you offer these services online?
Yeah, through
Cool.
Zoom.
Tell us about what you offer.
Okay, for distance and for English speaking people, I offer reiki sessions, reiki sessions online, and card readings online, tarot card reading, or like oracle, or I mix it up, depends on what the message needs to be. And theta healing, I almost only do it online because like I don't have to really meet the person to have a talk with them. But a lot of people like Reiki in person because then I use crystals and all of that, but it works online exactly the same, just without the crystals.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain that? Because I feel like some people don't understand that the principle of energy, like how it doesn't matter if you're in person or not.
Oh yeah. Yeah, energy doesn't really know, or doesn't know time and space. So energy is always everywhere. So if it's all about intention. So if you make an intention to like heal a person that's like in the States and I'm in Germany, and you still connect, like I can easily like still read and see things about somebody that's like all the way on the other world, because like the energy does no time or space limits.
It's such a beautiful gift. Energy, like once you tap into it, it's endless. And like, yeah, just having that awareness of it is so cool.
Yeah.
So tell us how people can find you.
Okay, you can find me through Instagram on Emenatlove, and or the holistic piercer, but it's more in German, so just add me on Emenatlove, or like text me, message me, DM me. You can also email me on my website. It's linked on my page as well, holisticcreations.eu. And yeah, I'm always available most of the time to respond to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope people go and find you.
Thank you so much for inviting me.